Hey, my music people. Do you like old vinyl records? Do you like music that maybe is a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll? Then here's the show for you. Welcome, everybody, to Dustin Vinyl with your hosts, Dustin Chafin and Anthony Kapfer.
It was fading out. I wanted it to fade back in.
I think they just stole your music from somewhere. It sounded like you. And then, it was, folks, we're trying new stuff. We're trying to update intros. I just thought, I don't know. Well, maybe we'll go back to the awkward intros. Who knows? We're trying to update stuff here, and we had a recorded intro, but then it kind of sounded like Anthony anyway. So it was like, maybe I feel like it's like at the supermarket with the kiosk thing, where it's just like, you get a bag of your own groceries. That's what it was like. Like we took a job from you.
Yeah, but I still get to hang out.
Yeah, we took a job from you with a button, So I don't know. We're gonna rethink. We got the. All right.
Something. I don't know. It sounded something like that.
Yeah. Computer can't do that just off the cuff. So cool, man. How you been? You have a good week? Anything fun?
Yeah, it's been all right. But I bought a lot of new clothes, which I was excited about.
That's an exciting way to start this.
Yeah.
You like buying clothes?
Yeah, well, I'm starting to lose some of my pandemic weight, so now I fit into stuff again. So it's just updating it.
I'm really skinny, man, and a lot of my clothes don't fit like they used to, because Lee and I went on this protein thing, and of course, it's always like the girl gets mad because she's trying to lose like 10 pounds. I lose like 15 in like 4 days, so I just go. And then but I do like buying clothes. It's just expensive, It's like thank God my head's not shrinking, so I have to buy new hats. This big ass head ain't going nowhere. So you're losing weight. That's cool.
I'm losing weight and working out a little bit.
Okay, all right. So today I decided, this is a big deal for me. I decided I was going to, I got to get back in shape. It's hard for me to I'll go to the gym, I'll hit the boxing bag, I'll play around, but I can never focus in on anything. Like I need kind of a regimen thing. Yeah. So, and I really like Brad Pitt's body in Fight Club. Like I think that's the perfect body.
Yeah, I think it's agreed upon. Everybody agrees.
Everybody's
perfect
like
specimen of a man.
Brad Pitt in Fight Club. I mean, dudes, whatever. We're all like, I do him, But it's like it's the perfect body, and actually, he has the workout, and he has like the diet, and he has like all the stuff he did. And one thing that he did that I thought was pretty cool is instead, because my problem is I'll go into a gym and then I'll just like hit the weights, the arm thing and the row thing. What he does, when he did that, he just worked like Mondays were chest day. So he just did all chest on Monday, and then Tuesday was like arms, and the next day was shoulders and that kind of thing. And so I thought that was and then he eats, freaking 6 eggs and, 7 yolks and, oatmeal and, stuff nobody wants to eat. Yeah. But, with raisins and stuff. So I'm going to try to do it. So that'll be part of the show where I'll see if by summer, if I have a Brad Pitt body.
Summer, okay.
Did he say how long it took? Before and afters. Yeah. We'll see.
But, how do you find this? I didn't know you could look this up.
Are you going to do the Brad Pitt challenge with me? I think we can make it a thing. How funny would it be if you just got ripped and then I just like nothing? You look like Brad Pitt. I look like Billy Crystal. I'm like, what? And it's just awful. That would be what would happen. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on in music, and pretty mad about it. This came out, last week with Spotify, who's a music service, and they don't respect comedians. And so they took, they didn't want to negotiate with comedians because there was some copyright issues and stuff. And so they just got rid of all the comedians. And so all our albums are off Spotify. Everybody, Bergazzi, Chappelle, all of us, and little guys like me. It's like, I need that traffic, because that traffic leads you to buy my stuff or see me at a show or listen to the podcast or whatever. So it's really infuriating. So, so I gave him my Spotify account, which, that's about as protesty as I get. But, so I got Apple Music. And
you like it?
It's okay. I'm digging it. It's like I got the free trial, and it's not like Apple Music has ever, raped this country or anything. So it's not like they're taking our money.
No, they're fine, right?
Or not looking out for artists. But I tell you, Apple's treating me pretty good, actually, to be honest with you. So compared to Spotify. So I don't know. I just think it's outrageous. So if you're out there, guys, just so you know, if you're on Spotify, you hate comedians. And
you know whose album didn't get cut from Spotify?
The guy with the guitar.
Me.
The guy with the guitar.
You can still stream me all night long.
All those people that gave you shit about playing guitar. Not me. You're not a comic. You're like, you got the guitar. And you're like, ha, ha, ha. My albums are still on there, asshole. Yeah.
How does it feel, comedians, when somebody doesn't like you for your art?
You and Weird Al are safe, but those of us,
I just got a $50 payment from streaming services.
Okay, quit rubbing it in, man. I just, I'm angry about it, but
that's like quarterly, I think.
Yeah, it's not about the money. It's about the fact that comics are treated like immigrants in this country in the realm of show business. Like they don't care about us. Mm-hmm. They don't care. Like, nobody's taking Aerosmith off because, whatever, but comedians, and these are big comedians too. And so people don't treat this craft like an art. Like it's just ridiculous. It's like I really should have learned to play an instrument. So this is what I get for just telling great
I
jokes.
thought your album might be safe because on both albums we did a song.
We did music on both albums, but I guess one song is not enough.
Yeah, I guess that's not enough. But I thought when I heard about it, I was interested to see if they still took it off.
So guys, support Anthony, I guess, but the rest of,
Hey, but I'm everywhere. I'm on Apple Music. Switch over to Apple Music.
Switch to Apple Music. Switch to Apple Music, people. So it's my big protest here on Twitch with 6 people playing video games and kind of sort of paying attention. Get off Spotify. All right. So I'm going to bring in our co-host today early because, I feel like they would have fun with the random pulls that I'm doing. So let's just get this party started. Very funny comedians and sound engineers and whatever they are. I don't know, but there are buddies here on the show and they contribute a lot. Please give it up.
You got pre-recorded music for this, or
we do. We got me with a recorder. I can't even whistle. How bad am I? I was trying to do that joke and I couldn't whistle. I'm going to get a recorder for next time and we're going to jam out. I think we should all have instruments. We'll get Adam will get the triangle. Jeffrey will get a tambourine. That'd be hilarious. We're doing that next time. We're doing the band. I'm about to bring you up. Here we go again. I'm out of here. He can't help himself. He's like, Jeffrey Ball, Adam Holtz. They can't contain themselves. I got to bring them on. Just take everything out of Jeff. He can't.
I thought we were introduced. I thought this was done deal already.
I was about to introduce you. Your name. Introduction is about a name. I love you. I don't give a shit. All right. What's up, buddy? You got the glasses. You feeling studious?
Yes. I'm feeling very
going back, ready to rock. I like it. I like it, Jeff. I like it. How you been? You been good? You get ready for the holidays?
Yeah. Busy. Out here, I've been doing a lot of Christmas parties already.
Oh yeah, like performing or just hanging out or what?
Yeah, performing like a lot of company Christmas parties.
You know what I like at Christmas
catering
parties? Rum balls.
Yes.
Because here's the deal.
Anthony, now I know why people hate you.
People don't hate me. They hate you just as much as they hate me. We probably have the same amount of enemies, Jeff. We do. I guarantee we're about equal. We're equal in enemies. And I ran more shows, so I probably have 3 more enemies than you.
Listen, if they're an enemy of you, then they're an enemy of me.
Look at this guy. I love this guy. I like this kid, Clarence. Okay. So rum balls. Because here's the deal with me. I'm sober. I don't drink. Obviously, everybody knows that. 13 years, whatever. But I do have a loophole, and the loophole is food. Like I'm figuring, like I'm not gonna go to the bar and throw some shots back. But if you're gonna invite me to your crappy ass Christmas party and there's something on the table and it's chocolate and nobody tells me it's rum balls, I'm gonna eat about 15 of them. You know what I mean? And I love it because I get a little drunk, not crazy. I'm not fighting anybody, but I get to kind of feel what it feels like to be, relaxed and boozed up. But it's rum balls, so it's not crazy.
I thought that it cooked out the
I
alcohol.
I don't think you cook them. What you do is you make like a chocolate and then you put like a syringe in it. And you're like, and you're just like, so, I mean, not that I've researched it, but in my head, there's two things that I go, here's the deal. I do kava. What's that? Kava tea.
Oh yeah.
I do that because nobody's sanctioned that as alcohol. And then I'll do rum balls because come on, man, how drunk could I get? So that if my sponsor's watching this, I don't give a shit.
I like that you have a loophole. I never knew that.
That's it. If you want to party with me, bring some rum balls. I won't smoke weed. I won't do edibles. I won't drink. But I'll do some rum balls with you. So let me know.
That's good. Because I don't drink either, but maybe rum balls.
You and some rum balls and in Jeff's car, that's a party.
About some
he's got a nice car. It's like a Mercedes or something. So that'd be a good place to do rum balls. So, guys, Christmas is coming. Very excited. Adam, are you excited? What do you do for Christmas? Just stay in that little room? Like, what do you do? You go anywhere? I feel like you're always right there.
Right.
Or the CBS lot. It's one of the two.
Right.
Oh, let me get back to Jeff for a second. Jeff, how are the Christmas parties performing? Is it tough? Like, is it like private stuff?
Yeah, some are really good. The one I did this past weekend, they had a couple of belly dances open up for me.
Oh, I saw that. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, which was really weird, and the setup couldn't have been worse for comedy.
Yeah, I don't think I want to follow a belly dancer. Like that's rough.
No, but it was one of those gigs where like the money was really, really good, and you just don't want to turn it down. But it was, like you had to plow through.
Okay.
It was
Money's
just one
good,
of those
cool.
kind of gigs.
Anthony and I are available at all times. So let us know about a good money gig with belly dancers.
3,000 miles away from me.
Yeah, stop holding back on it, bro. I'll fly tomorrow. I got plenty of miles. That's fun though. Yeah, following weird stuff. Like, I always make fun of you where you had that gig where I had to follow a doo-wop band in Staten Island in a basketball court.
Ultimate pro on that one. That was horrendous.
That was a rough one. This is actually a bit of mine, but I'm not going to go into it too much. But it was in one of my albums, but I had to follow a lasso guy. And it was like a country show. They had a country band and me and a guy with lasso. He was really good at lassos. And it was the craziest thing. I had the worst time following because nobody wants to see comedy. When you see a guy that can do 2 lassos at once to stay alive, like nobody wants a comic after that. And they went bananas. He got a standing ovation. And then I come up and I was kind of sick. So I didn't have any energy. And then the microphone was messed up. It was a whole thing, man. Worst gig of my life. It was like it just bombed like horrible. And it was like, and everybody thought I was going to crush because it was a country theme and it just did not work out because I couldn't follow rope.
How about 3 hot belly dances and then me, and you can't hear me because the acoustics are off the charts terrible. Yeah. The mic keeps cutting in and out.
Let me tell you, brother, you would still rather follow that than a guy who's amazing at ropes. I'm just
How good was this lasso guy?
This lasso guy's phenomenal. I don't remember his name. He was just so good. He had like they glowed in the dark and stuff. It was crazy. It was like he had like cases for him. Like it was so funny.
He kept them in a case?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's his livelihood, man.
That's the part that you're impressed by. I'm impressed by the glow in the dark.
I figured it's lassos. They're just like in a sack full of lassos.
No, dude. This is high-end rope guy. And then afterwards, I was trying to steal them because I wanted to hang myself. How bad it was. Could I borrow those ropes? Because that's the kind of gig it was.
That's great.
So Christmas is here, coming. Christmas is coming.
Speaking of hanging yourself.
Like that segue? So the holidays, every year I want to hang myself in the holidays. But what keeps us from hanging ourselves in the holidays is Christmas music and albums. And Anthony, you seem like you probably hate the whole Christmas thing, like music wise. You seem like you're a guy that because Jeff's pretty cheesy like me. Like I feel like Jeff will leave it on in the car and kind of get into it. Because Jeff is like a cool guy, but he's not. And when like by himself, I'm the same way. I'm a dork when I'm by myself, but everybody thinks I'm cool. It's like you have no idea. I will crank up some Christmas music, So you seem a little too punk rock for it, right?
Well, there's a few that I like. I really like the Kinks Christmas song.
Yeah.
Like that's the waitresses. They've got Christmas rapping. Okay. That's pretty great. Right. The John Lennon one.
Okay. Yeah. That song.
I'll go so far as to say the Paul McCartney.
Okay.
Also,
yeah.
it's
not a huge Paul McCartney fan.
It's cheesy. I love Paul McCartney, but that's yeah. So, but other than that, it kind of annoys me.
Yeah. Adam, what's your favorite Christmas song?
You
have one?
Yeah, I gotta
Bruce
think.
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, well,
that's one of my least.
He's got Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah,
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Santa Claus is coming.
How about you, Jeff?
I have two. I have one that's easily my favorite. I love Darlene Love, and she did a song with the E Street Band called All Alone on Christmas, which was on the Home Alone 2 soundtrack. And I love Stevie Wonder's version of Sunday at Christmas.
Nice. Very cool. I don't know if I have a favorite. I like the classics. I like, what is that? 12 Days. What is that? Partridge in a Pear Tree and all that stuff. I like all cheesy Christmas. Yeah. I like all the Charlie Brown music. Yeah. Like I love all that stuff. Oh, that stuff's great. That. I love the Grinch. The Grinch is my favorite.
Oh, the Grinch. All right, the Grinch is okay. I'm okay with the Grinch.
So I was at I could never say it right. Adam always corrects me. Amoeba Records? Is that what it is? Yes, said it right. First time ever. And I was sifting through their stuff, the Christmas albums, and I found this was hilarious. And this is an actual photo. This is not. Oh my God. This is not a photo shoot, a Photoshop. This is Jimi Hendrix Christmas album. And it's this is an actual photo that he was doing for like a British newspaper. And to kind of, as a spoof or whatever. And the estate released this album. This album is like 16 minutes long. There's hardly any music on it. That the estate is so greedy at the Jimi Hendrix, like they don't care. They'll release anything. They release him coughing. You know what I mean? Like they don't care. But this is pretty cool. What's cool about it? It has, it has Drummer Boy instrumental. So he's just jamming it. It's phenomenal. It has what is the other song here? Christmas. Let me see what it all has. Sorry, I just got it, so I'm not that.
Is it all instrumental?
It's all instrumental, except Three Little Bears. He does like a Three Little Bears kind of blues riff, and he sings that. But it's Little Drummer Boy, Silent Night, the New Year's song.
Old Lang Syne or something.
Auld Lang Syne. I'd never how to say that.
Old Lang Syne.
Yeah. Okay, that's why Jeff's here. He's more educated. And
I was pretty close. I said it basically.
Stop competing with Jeff. I like you all. Okay, stop. Daddy likes all his kids. but it's it's a picture disc, and it's got some. I wish we could play it, but you guys play it when you're not around. But I think a couple of the songs come up on the streaming services. But it's just cool, just to listen to some Hendrix do some Christmas stuff. The Little Drummer Boy is really cool. And
it only plays on one side, right?
No, it plays both sides. It has two sides. Yeah, it plays two sides. Yeah, it's two sides of music.
Let's see the flip side.
The flip side is kind of him in looks like a field or something. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's cool.
Like roses or something. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I figured this next one is going to be a hit with this crowd. The Cheap Trick Christmas album.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So this was fun. There's some originals on here. There's like 5 originals that the band actually wrote for their Christmas songs with the Christmas theme. They're not that good, but there's what? No, I mean, here's the deal. When you make a Christmas album, you probably got divorced. Or you got some alimony.
Something went wrong.
you got a lawsuit. You got a third home you're trying to figure out. Yeah. Now, get me wrong. One of the greatest rock bands of all time.
Oh,
easily.
They're amazing.
Easily.
They're amazing.
However, Christmas songs are funny when rock bands do them because it's like, you don't really want to do them. You're just trying to make a little cash on the side.
Yeah.
Which I respect. I respect. I get it. Dude, if I could make a Christmas comedy album, I would, I might
maybe
next year. I
that's
should
a
have
pretty
thought
good
it through.
idea.
Yeah, we'll do it next year, Anthony. Let's do it. We'll do an album.
But from what I remember, I only heard from that Cheap Trick album, I only heard them changing the lyrics to their existing songs. So it'd be like, I want you for Christmas. I was like, wait, what? You're just changing.
I don't think that happened. No.
Yeah, no. It's. I want you to want
not
me.
on this album.
That's not the one?
I don't think so. No.
They have
I would throw this out the window if that was the case.
I thought that's what
I would
that
get
was.
my money back. I would burn this and make a video at Cheap Trick if they did that. They're not that bad.
I played it on a loop.
They're not that bad. They're not that bad.
I heard that.
Here's the songs on the album.
Okay. All right.
Merry Christmas, Darlings, which is an original.
Okay.
I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day.
That's a great song.
That's not an original. Let's see. Merry Christmas, everybody. That's another one. Please Come Home for Christmas.
Great song.
Original. This one's an original. Remember Christmas. And Rudolph Run. Obviously, that's not. Father Christmas. Cover.
That's Anthony's song.
Cover.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, maybe it sounds a little bit like I Want You. I don't think so, though. I don't know.
It exists. I'm Googling it right now just to make sure it wasn't a fever dream.
I'll be corrected. I don't care.
I don't know if it's that. I figured they had one Christmas album.
No, this is a whole album, like with 12 songs.
A Very Special Christmas. Is that what it's called?
No. This is Cheap Trick Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty new. This came out in 2017.
Oh, okay. The other one came out first.
I love how they have 2 Christmas albums.
I didn't know they had 2. Well, at least they did it right.
Cheap Trick's making that Christmas money. They ain't messing around.
I want to check out that first one.
Yeah, the Hendrix one's cool. I mean, it's
the Hendrix.
It's on your
Spotify.
Thing. It's like 2 pieces of good music. It's fun though. It's just to hear like I really love the New Year's song too by Hendrix. It's like it's really cool. Like he really gets into it, so it's fun. But I think they were saying that it was kind of like a lot of music, kind of like the Prince estate, where I feel like a lot of it was just these guys were messing around. They just they push record on something and whatever, and then their estate is like, hey, we can make money off of that. Because even that great piano and coffee or whatever, I forget what it's called, but the Prince release was it was basically him and a piano. And it was recorded off a boombox. Like he was just kind of like trying to figure out some songs, so he push record on an actual 80s boombox or whatever it was. And then they released that, and it actually sounds amazing. It's really
sounds good.
Yeah, it's gritty and cool, like because it's just a him and a piano, so it's like
it's scaled down.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah,
I'm sure they fixed it up.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I'm sure they took some of the grit of the boombox recording. What are boom boxes? Panasonic. What's the crappy brand? Jeff knows all this stuff. What's the crappy electronics brand?
Well, Panasonic was not great.
No, Panasonic was okay. But what was the crappy one? Craig? That's a bad one.
Craig's a bad one. Westinghouse.
Westinghouse. There you go. Westinghouse boombox.
They made shitty TVs and worse boomboxes.
I'm still amazed that there's a trend that's coming back. And it's people walking around with their music blaring in either, it might be a speaker box from a Bluetooth, but it's like people are doing that again, where they just want to blast their music when they walk down the street without the headphones. And I'm like, how is this cool at all? Like, what are you doing? It's like in LA, it's like everybody's walking around, you blaring their music as they walk in. You're holding a thing. Like, it's just, I don't know. That's so. But there
was something cool looking about having the boombox on your shoulder, or just holding it like it's a suitcase or whatever. But the Bluetooth speaker does not look cool.
Yeah, you can't be cool with that. And I think they probably try to make something that looked like the boombox. The boombox wasn't cool either. It wasn't cool either.
I had the big boom box.
There was nothing cool about holding a boombox on your shoulder. We just thought it was.
We thought it was cool.
It was
nothing cool about that.
It was
like
awkward,
Radio Raheem.
Clumsy.
Great movie. Iconic moment, but nothing cool about it at all. There's nothing cool about a lot of stuff that we were like, that's cool, breakdance. No, that was. But we just go with it because we don't know. You're young and you're just like, you're impressionable. And then the older you get, you're like, yeah, okay, take it back a notch. There's a lot of trying to somebody's playing. Okay, anyway, all right, let's go. So we're ending out. We got a little behind because we were,
you guys were doing shows.
Had to cancel shows, but sorry about
touring.
That. Stop it. We're not going to do it anymore. I won't cancel any more shows. I'll let you guys do the shows. but it's so much more fun with me. You know it
No,
is.
it's great when you're here. I like
If I'm
when we're
not
all
here, I mean, come on. I know you've done a few shows, but I don't think we ever posted those. But
me and Jeff had a really good one.
Those are practice shows. I love you guys. All right, so we did instrumental month, and we did different things. And this would surprise me with Jeff. I thought he was going to do the freaking guy who went with David Lee Roth or something. What was his name? The guitarist?
Or Frampton.
No.
Yeah, the Frampton one.
No, is he Frampton?
Who are you thinking about? Joe Satriani? Or
I really thought you were going to do that because I almost did that. And I was like, God, there's no way Jeff's not going to do that guy. And it was interesting that you chose this guy, Maynard Ferguson. And so why don't you talk about it and tell us why and tell us about this artist that you chose.
Well, growing up, I used to listen to Maynard Ferguson because I used to hang out with guys who, like, I had a lot of different friends, like different posses of friends. I had like guys who were jocks. I had guys who I knew, like, who were like stoners, rockers. And then I hung out with guys who played music. And one of my best friends, this guy, John Lido, was a trombone player. And we would jam together. I was a drummer. And we would play like jazz. And he turned me on to this guy, Maynard Ferguson, who we went to go see at Carnegie Hall. Wow. And in 1978, when I was like when this album came out, I mean, I was a little kid, but in high school, this is when I caught on to it. The album is called Carnival. The album comes out in 78. It's his 11th album. So he's not cool by any stretch. He's a heavy set guy. By the he's been around since the 1950s. But in the 70s, music took like a weird turn. With the theme from Rocky, that became like a #1 hit. It was an instrumental. That was all done on the trumpet, and it was a big band arrangement. And then you had Chuck Mangione, who took the flugelhorn and did that song "Feel So Good," and that became a chart topper. So there was kind of like an opening there for a guy like Maynard Ferguson to come in, and he was looking for pop hits that would be played on AM radio, which was the dominant radio band at the time, and then also on FM. And he played some like the big covers of the day, like Earth, Wind and Fire had a top 10 hit with Fantasy, and he does a version of that, which I think is really, really good. And the lead vocal part is that's done by the trumpet, and that was Maynard Ferguson's niche was he could really hit that high note and make that note like sustain it and make it scream, and that's a hard thing to do. He was like one of the few. He had this really weird cult following of brass musicians that were really understood this, and I had friends who just really made me appreciate how good this guy really was. He did a cover of Jerry Rafferty's Baker Street, which was also good. I love one of my favorite songs on the album is Weather Report's Birdland. To me, that really stands out. And then just to show the age of the album,
did we lose him?
Yeah, I think he just froze.
I wasn't sure if it was just me.
He was frozen, and that face is hilarious.
That's a good face to get frozen on.
The funniest frozen face I've ever seen. And that's the fear, is like you're gonna get frozen in a stupid face. You're like,
yep.
We'll wait.
I'm back.
He's back.
Yeah.
Is he back? Okay.
Sorry.
It looks better now.
Yeah,
that was hilarious, dude. Your face was frozen.
Your face
You're like,
priceless.
so funny.
That's just the way I look.
Yeah.
You got to get some better internet down there, Jeff. Like you have
I know,
money. Like
I'm
spend an
working
extra.
on it.
Spend extra on the internet, man.
Yeah, come on. Don't you watch porn down there and stuff?
Yeah.
No.
It's an investment.
Watch on my iPad.
Gotta get some, have some of these Twitcher
we
kids.
can
I'll
take
tell
it
you what
into
to
the
get.
bathroom.
These Twitcher kids know the good internet. Twitcher kids.
So
you were saying to show the age of the album. You were about to say something.
To show the age of the album, he does the theme from Battlestar Galactica, which was a big hit at the time. Also, he throws in some like really like standards, like Stella by Starlight, and does a cover of Over the Rainbow. I always liked this album. I hadn't listened to it in a long time. So when we decided to do instrumentals, this brought me back to that era, of growing up and playing in a band and playing like jazz in a band. So that's my pick. Maynard Ferguson, Carnival. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this.
Why don't you start, Anthony?
Okay, so I was skeptical at first because I Googled the guy and I was like, did Jeff pick like the only white jazz guy?
That's how white Jeff is.
Yeah.
Even his jazz, he only likes white football players, jazz.
So I was real skeptical because I saw right away Canadian. I was like, no, come on, Jeff. But I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. It was like kind of. Because it wasn't, towards the end, it gets more traditional, but in the beginning, it was almost that kind of like freeform jazz, which I really like. And I love that Baker Street song, but the cover on this, I was probably my least favorite on this album in particular. Because it's
Baker Street?
Yeah, because it's like the first time on the album, I think, where they have vocals come in, and I was like, you didn't need that. You need the vocals. But I thought it was a really good album. I liked it a lot. I would listen to it again, putting it in my rotation.
Nice. Adam, what are you thinking?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was very it's very funky also, and there was a lot of it was playful. It was I always loved Baker Street, so I enjoyed the cover of it on here. This is the first time I heard Maynard Ferguson. I'll definitely check out some more.
Very cool. I hated it.
Did you really?
No, you didn't.
I did.
You're a jazz guy.
I am a jazz guy, but I like my jazz musicians on heroin. I like them down and out. I like. I don't like them doing soundtracks. I want them barely making money, and they're just trying to get that next high. And I listen to a lot of somebody put on here Stan Getz, who's one of my favorites, and who's not like one of those guys. I don't believe. But somebody said horrible guy, brilliant musician. I don't know if that's about Maynard Ferguson or Stan Getz, but somebody said the album cover is dope and whatnot. But I don't know. I just it's a little too 70s for me. Like it starts to get into kind of like this, like it's cool. It's very experimental, which I love. I feel like it was really cool. It's just, it just seemed too peppy for me, man. I was just like, just brassy and up and beat. And I feel like that's the difference between cocaine jazz and heroin jazz. In the 70s, I feel like maybe didn't do coke. He was a heavy guy. But it's okay. I mean, and I love soundtrack stuff. Like Battlestar Galactica, like I can get into a cheesy soundtrack, but I feel it was a little cheesy for my taste. I like a broody jazz. I like a real broody jazz. And I listen to jazz, it's like it's I don't mind an upbeat kind of West Coast jazz with drums and kind of a improv style. Like I like that upbeat jazz, but it's still different than this. I feel this was great and experimental. And I did like the guitar stuff in the beginning. The first song was pretty cool. It's like a classical guitar with the trumpet, which I think I've never really heard too much of that. So I thought it was cool. It was very instrumental. It's just, I don't know, it just wasn't my thing. It sounded very Johnny Carson, very Doc Everett's, like da-da-da-da-da-da. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. I felt like it sounded a little game showy, but it was good. It's just, it's just not my dig. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that I'm going to own. I have a lot of jazz. I don't have this. I'm not saying it's bad. I would like to hear another album because I don't want to judge somebody off one album. You can't do that. I felt like
keeps the door then. Yeah.
Okay. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. But I'm pretty traditional with a lot of my jazz, so, it's the basics, the Mount Rushmores, the Coltrane's, the Miles Davis, that kind of stuff. So, but I'll check it out. I'll give more of the catalog a look, but for this particular album, I don't know. It just felt a little too shiny for me.
He's playing with an orchestra. It's a 16-piece band he's playing with. So it's like I said, it's a different type of jet.
Yeah, I like big band though. I like big band music.
I wonder if he's bringing a kind of Canadian influence to jazz that you're not enjoying.
Oh, he's Canadian?
I think he's Canadian, right?
Oh, that explains everything.
He's Canadian.
I'm kidding.
He also launched the career of Dave Valentin, which he was like one of the big time flute players.
Yeah, first of all, it's incredible music, and it's definitely, I'm not saying it's bad. I just didn't respond. I don't know. It just didn't hook me. I think because like I said, I'm a, you know me, y'all know me. I'm a broody bitch. And so I like my music that way. I'm always snapping on people and shit. Like I want my jazz like that, You
got to have your light moments every now and then.
I do, but that's dance music. That's Erasure, and that's the Monkees or something silly. Like I have those moments. I just don't like it in this genre. I don't like my jazz too polished. So I don't know. It is what it is. That's just me, man. It's like what did anybody say about this? This is coffee shop jazz. Somebody called it.
What they call it?
Coffee shop jazz. But I didn't think the beginning of the album sounded like that. I thought it was like free jazz.
Yeah, it is experimental. It's definitely what jazz is. Where you just experiment and you go. And I get what all that is. I do. I love it. The idea of it's but. Just wasn't for me, man.
With that album, he was trying to make a couple of bucks, and that's why he covered a lot of the big hits of that era. Yeah. That's why you had Battlestar Galactica and Fantasy and Baker Street. And then he sticks to the traditional stuff, like I said, the Rainbow and Stella by Starlight.
When bands try to go for hits, they usually drop a little. So, but I'm just kidding.
People gotta eat.
People gotta eat.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm going. This is
got 16 people in that band, Dustin.
Dude, I'm selling out. I'm selling out this year.
White Castle.
I'm selling out this year. I'm doing my next album is going to be completely clean. That's how I'm selling out. Like I'm not messing around. It's called Coming Clean. I'm talking about all my stuff, but I want to be clean because that's where the money is. It's like we've been telling dick jokes in the unemployment line too long, man. Like you got to go clean, man. So the money is, but this was cool. I appreciate you doing, picking something that I didn't think you were going to pick, which I love that. I love being surprised. And finding another element about you that I didn't know that you were into this kind of music. And the fact that you played jazz, I love that. And
yeah, that's really cool.
And so you played drums. Is that what you played?
Yeah. I got to find the picture. I have a picture of me on I had a little 5-piece kit, and we would jam. We like in garages. We jammed at my house, and we would play out. To pay for my prom in high school. Wow. I played drums in a band.
You did a lot of stuff in high school that a lot of people just did not do. You opened record stores and played in a wedding.
That was in college. That was college.
Well, whatever. I didn't do anything in college like that. And I just,
I didn't even finish college.
From my parents. We know that. I just think that's really cool. 4 a.m. jazz is too cool for you guys, whippersnappers. People try to bust on us. I'm like, you have no idea how much we hate ourselves. You can't really. Someone asked if we like Robert Glasper. I don't know who that is. Do you guys?
I don't know.
What's his name?
Robert Glasper. Glasper. Jazz musician, I assume.
No.
All right. And somebody says I don't like breakdance because I can't pop and lock. So that's totally not true. Broken. I can't pop and lock. I bet you can, Jeff, because you're a phenomenal dancer. Give us some.
Dancer.
What do you got? Come on.
I'm an excellent dancer.
Give us some. Give us some pop and lock. Come on, for the kids. Show us what we used to do. Anthony, you got the body for it, Anthony. You should be able to do it.
I have my cardboard behind me if you want me to break it out. I got my cardboard, I got my Adidas, I got my big sneakers.
Game. You talk
I got my Crush Groove soundtrack.
Jeff talks a big game. He ain't dancing nowhere.
I'll play the beat right now.
Done. All right, Jeff.
Come on.
Oh, shit. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Really?
For a guy
that calls himself phenomenal, I'm not impressed. voguing.
You can't get this over Zoom.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could. You could back the
Jeffrey
camera
Paul
up.
has to be
You could back the
experienced
camera
live,
up
Dustin.
and give yourself
He's got
a
to warm
whole floor
up.
space.
He's got to do his stretches.
All right. So that was great. So I also want to do a thing where we get to pick our favorite albums of the year. And, I think that's, there wasn't a lot of music in 2021 as far as new albums and stuff. And so you got to think like, what albums did you pick? I chose a band called the Black Keys, a couple of white kids. Jeff will love this. A couple of white kids from Akron, Ohio.
Had me at white kids.
A couple of white kids. Don Alberbach is lead guitarist and a vocalist, and Patrick Carney, I believe, is a drummer. And their debut album was Big Come Up. I mean, they self-produced most of their albums. The first 4 albums they kind of self-produced, and I'm sure Adam will know more about this band than me. I kind of found them a little later, and I really got into them. And I kind of got into this particular album first, and then I kind of went backwards and got to some of their older stuff. Their debut album, Big Come Up, and then let's see, Brothers was one of their big albums that came out. They won 3 Grammys off the single Tighten Up. Big deal. And so Delta Cream is this album that we have here. Actually own it. And this is their 10th studio album. And this is a collection of like Hills Blues covers, which is that Mississippi Delta sound that, a lot of us know well. It's a lot of songs from covers. Actually, what's great about this cover album is it's a nice tribute. It's not like they're doing a cover album to do a cover album. A part of it is it was songs they learned when they were first starting out. It was like songs that they were trying to learn how to play. They would listen to all this blues and all this stuff. And so I think that's pretty cool. It's like they became better musicians because of learning to play these particular songs. And so I think that's a cool shout out to these great people, such as, John Lee Hooker, Ronnie Barnett, Junior Kimbrough, and R.L. Burnside. So I thought that was great. This is a kind of blues where they call it the Hypnotic Boogie because it's all about a vibe. It's this particular album is, if you love blues, because what I do, I like it when people reinvent blues. I feel that's it's hard to do because it's such a kind of structured thing that has been around for so many years, but to have a fresh spin on it is always nice. And I feel like the Black Keys do a great job with that with this album. I feel Gary Clark Jr. does that, where he takes kind of a different, kind of groove to it, and it adds a modern sound to it, because I want more people to come to blues. And I feel like an album like this will do that, because it's like, you seek out, who the songs are from. A lot of great songs on here. Crawling King Snake, John Lee Hooker. That's the opening track. Fantastic. That's such a broody, broody, cool kind of, sexy song. Let's see. Then they do Way Down South, which is great. All these in a row are great. Let's see. Cool Black Mighty was a great song. That song's great. Ronnie Barnett. And so this was great, man. And Do the Romp was great. And Sad Lonely Nights, also by Junior Kimbrough. Those are great songs. This whole album is great. It's a double. Which I love, because then you just get more music, and it's a really cool album. Nothing crazy with the artwork, except kind of sums up what the South is now. Kind of a what is that? A Chevy Malibu at a Delta Cream. I don't know if that's donuts. I don't know, but it's great. But it's a really cool album. I don't know. Talk to me, guys. Did you like this album? And cool. That's what I got. We'll start with you, Jeff.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. Before we went on air, we were talking a little bit about this, and it brought me back to a time when my wife went to veterinary school at Mississippi State, and I would fly down, every couple of months when she'd have a break, and then we would go and hang out, in the South. We would spend time in Atlanta, but we spent a lot of time in Memphis. And we would go to like these different bars and stuff and see bands and everything. And we would see this type of blues, this type of music. And it was just amazing. The songs that really stood out for me, Crawling King Snake is phenomenal. And I think Poor Boy, A Long Way From Home I really enjoyed as well. But I really like the whole vibe of the whole album. I mean, this is one of those albums that you put on and you have a couple of beers and you're hanging out, and it's just there's not a weak track on the album. And I'm really glad you suggested this, because I think the two albums and the two artists that really opened my eyes during this show has been the Black Keys, this album, and Gary Clark Jr. That made me want to go and check out more of his catalog. So I thought this was a really good one. Good pick.
Yeah, it was cool. What's interesting about it is the album before this I'm not crazy about, but I love the album Brother, and that's the one before, the Let's Rock, I think, is the one before this one. And I wasn't crazy about it because it's certain bands you just, you want them to do what they do. And I feel like this band should be doing blues. And so sometimes, I think they want to kind of go off in different directions and whatnot. But yeah, I felt like you want this band to play the blues. They do it so well. Yep. And it's just, it's funny. It's a studio album, but like you were saying, it feels like you're in a club when you listen to it. You feel like you're in a dirty, dingy club, when you're listening to this album. So it's really cool. Adam.
Yeah, I think, I really enjoyed this album. I think it really captures the Black Keys well. This is one that they just did. They just did this album in 2 days with, very little planning and no really rehearsals. Now that the cover, the photo on the album is actually a photograph from the 70s of it's the Delta Cream shop in Mississippi.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I'd actually heard the Black Keys back when they first started, right around like Thick Freakness, Rubber Factory, around that time. So I got to see them play at the Knitting Factory when there was probably like 10 people there, and I got to see them play an afternoon show at I think it was by the World Trade Center site. It was at the World Financial Center. They were doing some kind of Music on Wall Street thing, and it was incredible. I got to go see them play there to pretty much nobody, but they've always been a great band, and I think just that kind of blues and garage sound is the perfect sound for them. They also have right now, I think El Camino right. I think they're just reissued it for its 10th anniversary.
Yeah,
it's another great album.
I thought about buying that one too. It looks great.
Yeah. How far back did you go with them? Did you listen all the way back to Thick Freakness, Rubber Factory?
I did. Well, a couple tracks. Brothers I think I stayed there the longest. I feel like that's a really good album. I wasn't like, I don't know how you feel about Let's Rock, but I wasn't too crazy about it. I thought it was, them just trying to kind of branch out a little more modern, I think.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just want that sound, from the album that you love. Anthony.
I didn't know the story behind it. It makes me like it more that it's songs that they learned. But I thought it was fine. All the playing is good and sounds great. But I think maybe just something like how you felt about the jazz album. It's like, it's fine. I had no problem with it, but I think I would probably rather see them play that stuff live than just put it on and listen to it.
Yeah, I love the fact that they're a duo.
Nothing's better than seeing Delta Blues live.
Yeah,
blues is meant for that. I think it's great on vinyl. I think
vinyl
blues is fantastic on vinyl. I think it's one of the rare. I don't like it digitally, to be honest with you. It's the first album. It's a cover album, so it's probably not the best way to gauge the band. It'd be like gauging Weezer's last album, gauging Weezer off of that last album.
Ben Weezer.
Oh boy.
So, you know what I mean? But seriously, it'd be similar to that, because that's what their album was a throwback to music that inspired them.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it'd be very similar to that. But it's cool. We don't, it's like we don't all have to, like the same thing. But I just, this is a really good vinyl collector kind of stuff, because I feel like it's like, I don't know. I just have very specific things I enjoy in vinyl, and I enjoy this, and it's kind of, fills the house nice. But I'm a big blues guy. Stevie Ray Vaughan is my religion, and it's like B.B. King, and I've been listening to that. My dad was into it, Muddy Waters and all that stuff. So it's like ZZ Top, the early stuff, and I'm really into that kind of that that groove. It's really part of the music that I listen to a lot when I'm by myself. That's, you know, I want blues going on at all times. Whereas Jeff might go more Rat. I'm going to go more down this road. So when I'm by myself, you know, I know Jeff loves blues, but I listen to it a lot. And so it was nice to hear something, you know, that was a little fresher and different and stuff. And I really, I don't know, it's very hypnotic and a very cool vibe that it blends, each song kind of blends into each other. And I just like that sometimes. Well, the album just works as an album. But yeah, I'm going to pay more attention to these guys. I think they're definitely talented and just somebody new. Before we close out, who are some of your favorite, you know, it's two guys, which I thought was interesting. They'll bring in a bass player and stuff and whatever. So it's a duo. Who are some of your favorite duos? I don't know if Twitchers want to hit us or Anthony. We'll start with you. What's one of your favorite duo bands of two people?
My favorite two-piece band is Local H.
Local H. Okay. What's one of their great songs?
Their biggest hit is called "Bound to the Floor."
Okay.
Bound to the Floor. It's
You gonna play it right now?
Yes,
I don't know how to play it actually.
You look like you were about to play it. I was like, this is awesome.
I don't know how to play it.
It's a great song. I saw them a couple of times live. They're great
good?
live. Yeah.
I don't know that too much. That's cool. I'll check them out.
I've seen them probably 10 times.
Nice.
They were like a 90s band that had some minimal commercial success, and they've continued to be a band since then. I mean, pretty consistently putting out good albums since 95, I think.
Very cool. Here's a couple of comments. Somebody said, "Oh my God, I love R.L. Burnside." Adding it to my list. My son turned me on to the Black Keys. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you. They talked about favorite duos. Someone said Brooks and Dunn, Hall & Oates.
Oh, Hall & Oates is good.
The Eurythmics.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
So just one cool thing that I just thought of for Local H, if I could just say this. When you see them live, if you weren't looking at the stage, you would think that there were at least 3 or 4 people playing, because the singer, he modifies his electric guitar. So he's got a bass, he put in a bass pickup, and he's got two jacks. So he's going into a guitar amp and a bass amp, and he's going through an octave pedal. So the bass pickup is picking up. So it actually sounds like he's playing bass and guitar at the same time, and then the drummer is just playing loud as shit.
Oh, that's great.
So they sound huge.
He plays hard too.
It's great. I always thought the White Stripes sounded like 5 people. You know, I mean, it's like, you know, I bet they did a good job sounding loud. Like they really, you know, filled up a room with the 2-piece. But that's probably one of my favorites. I'm a big fan.
They're great.
Yeah. The early stuff is fantastic. Jeff?
Yeah, I got a couple, man. I love Tears for Fears. One of the bands you mentioned before.
Is Tears for Fears a 2-piece?
Well, pretty much. It's Roland Oswald and Kurt
but
Smith.
They have a band, though.
Yeah. Well, so does the White Stripes when they fill it out. You know,
no,
when they play
don't.
live.
No, they're a 2-piece band.
No, when they play live, they have the play.
It's just the 2.
I think it's just the 2.
It's just the 2.
All right, then if we're going to go through, then how about Pet Shop Boys?
Who? Fat Boys?
Pet Shop Boys. Pet Shop Boys.
Are they 2 people? Are they 2 people? Just 2?
Yeah, I've seen them million times.
In concert?
Pet Shop Boys?
Because Erasure's like that too.
Erasure I've seen a million times too. Yeah, I love both of them. Yeah,
no, they're 2-piece. I wasn't challenging you. I was just saying they're 2-piece.
Yeah. It's the guy Vince on Erasure.
Tears for Fears is like 13 guys, just for the record.
It's not 13 guys. But it's 2 principal guys.
It's a lot of guys.
I mean, come on. It's Brooks and Dunn. Is it just the 2 of them, or is it just
probably not? But we want to keep the fans, Jeff. We don't shit on the comments from the fans, just each other.
Yeah. So we just
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Do they count?
There's 3 of them. Stupid. That's 4, in fact.
Hilarious. Any more duos? Sonny and Cher? I don't know. Talk to those guys.
No, Sonny and Cher.
Yeah, the White Stripes.
No,
somebody agreed. Yep. White Stripes.
How about Tenacious D?
No, there's got to be a 2-piece.
Oh, Tenacious D. Yeah.
Somebody said that. Somebody did Tenacious D. That was
Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah. Tenacious D. That was definitely Dresden Dolls.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, Justin Dolls.
I didn't know they were 2-piece.
Yeah, I don't know. Any more 2 pieces? Now I want a biscuit and some coleslaw. 2-piece, nothing.
Right.
All right.
That's Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh yeah, Simon Garfunkel.
All right, guys. Well, this has been a great show. Thank you for supporting us here at Dustin Vinyl. A lot of good, fun stuff in the chat. We appreciate that. That helps us enjoy the show. So please get the word out and come back. We're going to be doing some fun stuff. Follow us online and Instagram and all that stuff. We'll let you know what we're doing. And Patreon page is supposed to be coming, but I'm slow burn. We're going to get it done over the holidays. But thank you, everybody. Have a happy holiday. Anthony's going to play us out, and bye-bye. Rock and roll. Buy vinyl. Support record store.
Buy vinyl, yeah. All right, I'm going to do, this is a song from my newest album. It's called Songs for Children to Cry To. Your goldfish is not in heaven. Religion says they've got no souls. No, they got no souls. So where do dead fish go now? Well, I don't mean to sound suspicious, but I don't care if that fish was religious. No, your goldfish is not in heaven. And you can go and ask the Reverend, and he'll say when you flush those sins with fins right down the toilet, they do not go to a better place. No one does.
Yes. Nice. Buy Anthony's new album, Songs for Children to Cry To. It's available on all the platforms, correct?
Next week it will be. Right
Next
now it's
week.
just on my Bandcamp.
Oh, Bandcamp. This is
wanna
one time
buy
in
it.
Bandcamp. So buy that album. It's going to be great. Anthony really needs the money. He lost weight, so he's got to buy new clothes. So
Yeah.
buy this album so he's not naked. And your moment is in. All right, where is it? There it is. Jimi
I love
Hendrix as Santa Claus.
As Santa.
All right, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you.
Hendrix
Great show,
Claus.
guys.
Okay, guys.
Love you.
Good
Happy
stuff.
holidays.